bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So how's everybody? Yesterday was kind of traumatic. Yesterday was kind of emotional. I felt some kind of way about, But I'm here today. Guess what I got to talk about? I don't know. I ain't got nothing today either. You know how that turns. You know what that turns into, right? Yeah, that turns into, So we're not gonna go there today. We're gonna be peaceful today. We're gonna. I forget. See, now she got to call me. She know who she is to remind me. What was it? If Friday is Pop Off Friday, then Thursday is something. So. I got a Monday, I got a Music Monday, I got a Entrepreneurship Tuesday, I got a Pop-Off Friday, and I got to remember what Thursday was. So that person will hopefully give me a text and remind me what, I'm trying to remember what Thursday was. I'm trying to remember. See, now watch this. I'm going to do it live. Then what was Thursday supposed to be? See, I believe in doing things live where you can. By the way, you got an iPhone? Did you update your iPhone to iOS 18? How you like it? I
love it.
Yeah. Still getting used to it.
It definitely takes getting used to, though, because stuff like the picture, the photo albums, all that is just everything different.
And then stuff disappeared, and either you have it or it's buried in something else. Like the way you can set your message up to see read messages and sent messages to like Google phones.
Yeah, Android got the red receipts and stuff now.
Right. So I was like, I used to have an excuse to say, well, I didn't know whether or not you got it because it didn't show red. Now I don't have that excuse because my phone says red. I tell you. I hate days like today. Say what? I know you can turn it off, but I want it on.
So when people say, I didn't get your message, you got an iPhone. That's not true. It got delivered. It's right there. Says you got delivered. So, yeah. No, I don't know if that was it. Well, I don't know. No. Hush. Nobody's asking you. Right? No, theirs is always on. Android's like when somebody in the iPhone, if I get an iMessage from Jason, it's blue. If I get a text message from Jason, it's green. Everything from Android for us was green, and we never knew whether or not they got it or whether or not they read it. Now we know.
But I'm saying both of those parties can turn it off. So you can turn it off so your iPhone doesn't tell the Android user that they read the message.
Okay.
And vice versa.
But I know you got it. That's all I want to know. You got it. I didn't get it. I don't know. No, I didn't get your message.
I need to know you read that much.
Yeah. Well, I don't really care.
Nah, I care. You ain't finna be leaving me on scene, especially no girl.
I don't even know what to say after that. I don't even know. I don't even know. My question today is, though, why is it hard to change our minds? Anybody? 833-212-1017. Why is it so hard for us to change our mind? I have an idea. I heard this video from Rachel, the neuroscientist. I think she's on YouTube or TikTok or somewhere. But I saw it on X. And her reasoning was this: confirmation and anchoring bias. Now, what is confirmation bias? I've talked about that before. Confirmation bias is when you tend to hear the things that you agree with, and the things that you don't agree with, you filter out. So if you're a Democrat and a Republican is talking and you don't like Republicans, you tune out what they're saying. You literally go, nope, not listening. Or you take information, oh, I agree with that, so I'm going to take that. I agree with that, I'm going to take that. No, I don't agree with that, so I'm going to just dismiss that. Because you only accept those things that confirm what you already know. But then you got to ask yourself the question, how do you already know? Well, that's where anchoring bias comes in. Anchoring bias is the first thing you learn, the first thing you hear, you tend to what? Accept it as being true. And then you only listen to those things that confirm what you already know, that's anchored in your mind, and you reject everything else. That's how racism is born. White people are evil, white people are the devil, and then you grow up and you meet people that are white, and they're like everybody else. They're decent, homegrown, good manners, but you reject it. Why? Because your anchoring bias says what? White people are devils. But let's flip it. Black people are lazy. They're poor. They kill each other. They have no manners. And once that's anchored, everything you read in the newspaper just kind of confirms it. We see it in the newspaper, the TV stations, radio stations all the time. We simply accept those things that we believe in. Our parents have taught us that black people are evil. Be careful of them. And I guess that's why sometimes when you run into white people and they say hello, they give you the smile. Have you ever experienced that, Jason, the smile?
I know the smile. I don't like the smile.
And then as soon as you walk away, the smile disappears. Like, this is how you disarm black people. You smile at them.
Get Out, the movie Get Out.
Yep, you smile at them. And then they'll go, oh, hey, how you doing? And then as soon as you get past them, the smile goes away. You know how much work that takes to do? So when people always, you never speak. Well, if I don't speak, you're mad. If I do speak, it's like you don't believe me. So because there's no easy way around it, why bother? But that's being rude. But think about it. Once we learn something, the brain, if it has to rewire or change, looks at that as a threat. That's why people politically are so evil. Well, what was it? You remember what it was? Remember when I had Pop-Off Friday, and so Pop-Off, you said something Thursday? What was it? Oh, you're right there. Cut Up Thursday. Okay. All right. Cut up. Now they scared to okay. All right. Cut Up Thursday. So that's my Thursday, Cut Up Thursday. But I digress. I don't understand that once we learn something, the brain finds it threatening to rewire, to change. So we grow up learning all this idiocy, and then we become adults, and then we don't want to change. And so we have work environments where people don't want to change. They want to hold on to it. But really what it does is it threatens our identity. If I have to change something that I've believed for the past 30 or 40 years, then that means if I change, I become a different person, and I don't like that. Can you imagine years upon year upon class upon friend, parent, experiences wired you to think, act, talk, walk, and be who you are, and then somebody comes in and says, you know what? Yeah, that's wrong. And they have definitive, specific data, information, experience, all that clearly shows you're wrong. You know, we've killed people in the past for that. How dare you say the world isn't flat? You're a heretic. And we hung people for recognizing some information that we have is incorrect. We did the same thing with COVID. Dr. Fauci sat in Congress and said, and they asked him, where did you get the information where you said that we needed to do social distancing? Well, and I'm paraphrasing, of course. Well, you know, we needed to do something, and so we thought the thing that we would come up with would be social distancing. It's like, does that work? Well, we don't have any data that shows social distancing works. So you just told people to do something because you wanted them to do it. Yep. And so what's the deal with the mask? Well, we said don't wear a mask. Then we said wear a mask. And then we said wear 2 masks. When in fact, the molecule for COVID is so small that you can wear a mask, it can still get through. You can still get sick. You can have COVID and make somebody else sick. But by the time the information came out, anchoring bias made us believe that whatever we were told at first was true, and we only confirmed those things that agreed with it. And when you disagreed, people got fired from their job. So then what do? Well, people lost their identity. People got fired. Medical doctors who later didn't get their job back because what? Well, some of them didn't get their job back because what? Because we found out that all the information that we were told, not all of it, but a good majority of it, was actually incorrect. That you can get COVID and we really can't stop it. So then, why can't we do that politically? Why can't we accept, like we used to decades ago, why can't we accept that other people can actually be right politically? That anything a person says, because we don't like the person, we reject it. So anything Kamala Harris says, Republicans just wholeheartedly reject it. No matter what. She's an idiot. No matter what. She didn't do anything. No matter what. Now, this last interview she did with CBS News didn't help, where they asked her what she would change under the Biden administration after the last 3.5 years, and she couldn't come up with anything. All the bad things that administration has done, tax-wise, politically, information, money, all the things they said they were going to do, and then they got voted in, and then they didn't do it. And then you have Donald Trump, where no matter what he says, we hate it, it's negative. Oh, it's terrible, it's this, it's that. That when he talked about the what was the medicine he said people should take, and everybody screamed and hollered, that stuff that you use in a fish bowl. Well, it's the same name, different medicine. Now, the way he said take it was just kind of idiotic, but the medicine he was talking about, it was actually correct. And it acted as a prophylactic to stop you from getting COVID. But because what? Confirmation bias and anchoring bias, anything other than what the CDC said, we rejected, even though they were wrong. And it's been proven they were wrong. This election that's coming up, you need to open your mind. If you're a Republican, open your mind. If you're a Democrat, open your mind. If you're independent or you just don't know who to vote for, open your mind. Start challenging those things that you deeply hold on to and overcome your fear of thinking you're going to lose who you are by simply agreeing with someone else. There used to be a time in Wisconsin and the country that once the new administration came in, whoever they wanted to be the director or head of something, they voted in. Now, we stonewall at every turn. We want to upend the Constitution and add justices because we don't want it to be conservative. Well, it's been conservative before. But then why didn't you do all those things when you had a Democratic Congress and a Democratic Supreme Court and you didn't support Barack Obama in any way? Why? Anchoring and confirmation bias. In the back of some people's minds, black people will never, ever, ever be able to run this country. We didn't fall apart. If Kamala Harris wins, the world's not going to fall apart. If Donald Trump wins, the world's not going to fall apart. Donald Trump was already president. The world didn't fall apart. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were president and vice president, or should I say vice president, and the world didn't fall apart. What does that tell you? The idiots are in Congress. The idiots. In order to change that, there's only one thing you can do. Embrace change.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation!
And all our juicy jammers out there.
Make certain that you tap into Jam with Juice each and every day so you can quench your thirst.
That is right. You already know you can sip on us every single day, like Benjamin said, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. But that's not all, y'all.
Catch us exclusively on YouTube for our 6 to 7 show.
Yep, only on Thursdays.
Catch Jamming with Juice each and every day on 101.7 The Truth.
Now sip on that.
The Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, we're talking about up to $5 million, which for small business owners, we need that. That's like payroll, that's resources. So can you just let us know what is the program and why is this lending program so important to Old National Bank?
Years ago, our CEO, Jim Ryan, this program is his brainchild. He was working with Roland Shelton, who you know, Denise, out of Evansville, and they identified that African-American business owners, Hispanic business owners, Native American business owners, as well as women business owners had a difficult time in obtaining financing financing from the traditional credit partners. And so we went out, created a program, launched it last year in 2023. And so far last year, we have helped over 100 successful minority and women-owned businesses with about $25 million in loans. We've already started this year with almost $8 million in approvals, again, geared toward minority business owners and women business owners that normally had difficulties in obtaining traditional credit finance.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak features pepper jack cheese, sautéed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle Cheesesteak with a new pumpkin pie shake and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Oh, well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I ain't never going back to Florida. That is not happening. I am not going back to Florida. 833-212-1017 is the number. Michael, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Yes. You asked a question as far as why is it hard for people to change their minds. I think I got about, I think it's three reasons. Number one, they weren't taught. Number two, pride. Number three, emotionally invested.
But our brain literally can't change its mind. Like, once we learn something, it's hard for people to give you information. I mean, clear-cut information that shows what you believe is wrong, but then people still won't change their mind.
And that's where the pride and emotionally invested comes in.
You actually think it's pride?
Yeah, I'm not saying totally, but definitely yes. I mean, yeah, definitely, because I've had debates with several people about certain things, and I will show them clearly from a historical perspective that, well, they're wrong, and if the person, instead of saying they didn't even have the decency to say I still disagree with you. They were talking about my mother. Not literally talk about my mother, but they would get personal.
Right.
It's that pride. And it's subconscious. The pride is subconscious. And even all of us are vulnerable to that as far as that's concerned. I was pretty blessed that I listened to lectures and teachers that inspired me to be careful not to take everything at face value and to question it. I'm not saying that I've always been perfect in practicing it, but that's always something I've strived to do. Even now, I tell a friend that with all the information that I've learned from history, the Bible, things of that nature, I'm constantly also, if I run into new information, and it has to be a conscious effort to unlearn what you learn in order to get your mind open. In other words, question everything, cooperate.
Yeah, but if you question everything, then you don't trust anything.
It depends.
I think part of the issue is that we make an assumption of why a person feels that way before we know why, and then we start coming from that angle and it's wrong, so that then the person doesn't change their mind. So if you think it's pride, then you attack it as if it's pride, but it may not be pride. Like literally, neuroscientists have proven that it's actually not pride; it's the way your brain is wired.
I don't know because we get. I don't know about that.
So you just literally did. You literally just did what you argued. Neuroscientists have done studies, research for the last couple of decades, and they've shown that people don't change their mind, not because they don't want to, it's because the way their brain is so complicated and wired. And I just said that, and you said, I don't know.
Well, the reason I said I don't know is because I'm speaking from my own experience. I was forced to change my mind.
But you're doing what? Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to give you an example. I had this theological belief in the rapture that people would disappear, like you see on Star Trek. And that was very dear to me.
Okay.
But as time went on, it stopped making sense. And then I started gathering information saying, well, actually,
from where?
Historically, that's not.
From where?
Okay, from historical source.
Such as?
Not only from the Bible, but from historical source and from corroborating evidence.
Well, that depends on whether or not you believe in pre-trib, mid-trib, or post-tribulation. So
see, I don't no longer see. Here's the thing: I used to believe in those things. I don't anymore.
But that's what the Bible says.
Okay. I used to believe that too, but
the Bible clearly says that they'll be caught up and meet him in the air. Like it says that. We just don't know when or at what point, or is it after the 7 years, or is it before? I mean, you can say it, but you haven't done anything to disprove it.
No, you have to go outside the Bible and look at it from.
I'm asking you, but I'm asking you to disprove it. See what I mean? It's different.
Okay, here's the thing. When Paul says you're going to be caught up in the air, he's more or less talking not so much about the rapture as he's talking about the second coming. None of the church fathers believed in a rapture.
But you understand that that whole instance is called the rapture, not that one particular thing.
I understand that, but the people are believing that. But there are some people who are believing that only the saints will be raptured. The rest of the people will be left on this earth. And then you got the 7 year of the Antichrist.
So let me ask you a question.
But the problem
is believing does believing that have anything to do with your salvation?
No, not at all.
So then why does it matter? So then why does it matter?
Well, I just want to get everything in context. I just want to have everything correct for my own.
No, but you never will.
When I share something with somebody.
But you never will, because the Bible says you know in part and you prophesy in part.
Okay,
we see through a glass darkly. So no matter what you think or what you believe outside of sound doctrine, you don't know.
There are some historical sources that can give you some evidence as far as what the person meant, what the author meant. The times that people are living.
If that's what you choose to believe.
Well, does it make it? If the evidence shows it.
No, does it make it right or does it make it different?
I think it could make it right if you have eyewitness accounts. If you have cooperating evidence as far as.
But we can't have eyewitness accounts about something that hasn't happened yet.
Okay, give you an example. All right, let me give you an example. We've been talking about the mark of the beast. And for a long time, people are saying it's the future Antichrist. But according to some of the historical documents I read concerning that, these people were talking about Nero.
What are those historic documents?
The people who was running? Okay, who was running Rome at the time? Who was running Greece at the time?
What are those historic documents? I don't care. I don't care what you know. I want to know where you got it from.
Okay, I was just about to say from the church fathers, people like Jerome, for instance, from the encyclopedia, from Mormon history in the encyclopedia, that type of thing.
So you read it, put it together, and came up with your own conclusion.
Based on what the evidence showed, yes. Not based on my interpretation.
Well, it had to be your interpretation because you put it together and you put together those sources, and it all confirmed what you already believed.
Well, that's the beauty. That's the crazy part.
No.
I didn't believe it at first.
Right now, everything you're saying is confirming what you already know. But I asked you for very specific places where you got your data and your information, and you couldn't give me one. You generalized.
I gave you Roman history.
I don't know if I would use the encyclopedia as biblical text, as sound biblical, proven historical biblical text. I don't know if I would use that.
Okay, Roman history, studying what some of the church fathers have written. It would stand to reason that they would have more access to the information than I would because they're there back then.
Not necessarily. There are certain ways historically that you do research when it comes to history where you need 2 to 3 outside independent sources that saw it. So if you read scripture, all the Beatitudes talks about all the first 4 books of the New Testament, they talk about they chose those because those were the broadest view of what happened. There are other books that give you detail, but they just don't give you enough that's broad enough to say one. So if you go from, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, one actually supports the other.
Correct.
Okay. So that's why they only use 4. There's some outside sources, and some of them might think some different stuff. May not necessarily.
Right.
Let me say it like this. It may be true, it just may not be accurate. I mean, it actually happened, but it doesn't dovetail with all the things Scripture says.
And that's basically why you have to get, in my opinion, you have to get outside information in order to get, because there are some things I agree with you in the Bible you're not going to understand because there's a lot that's been lost in history. A lot of stuff happened thousands of years ago.
But that has no bearing on it. The Bible itself tells you you're not going to have everything because they didn't write everything.
Correct. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying that some of the things I have come to believe, I got it from outside sources.
Is it a good source?
In relation.
That's my question. That's the problem.
Yeah, they are. Well, they are good sources. I'm going to give you another example.
To you. See, I can't do examples. I need data, information. I need the name of the book. I can go back and read it myself. I can confirm it or not confirm it. That's what I mean.
Okay. Well, give you for instance, some people say Jesus never existed, but there's a Roman historian by the name of Tacitus who confirms his existence, and he wasn't a friend of Jesus.
But he wasn't the only one. Jesus. They've got probably about 10, 12, 50, 100,000 people that can confirm that.
Right. I'm just using him as an example.
But that doesn't transfer. But that doesn't transfer to another example and say because it worked here, it works over there. Each one has to hold up on its own.
I don't know. I must have to say I don't know about that. Each person may contribute something different. Just like if you talk about an accident, you've got 4 people that report an accident. Each individual may report it differently. But if they combine the information from each person, it's still going to arrive at the fact that there was an accident.
Watch this. I got 4 people on 4 corners that see an accident in the middle of the road. Each of them will have a different point of view, but there should be enough information in the accident that they have in common that I can dismiss all the other ancillary stuff because the majority of the information that they all have is equal. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So when you go out on the fringe, was the color of the car red or blue? Or we can agree everybody saw the color of the car. If you start talking about the glass in the car, was it tinted or not, and it's in pieces on the ground, somebody saw it before the crash, somebody heard the crash and looked up and saw it afterwards.
Right.
But together, I'm not taking everything everybody said. I'm only going to take those things that are confirmed by the other 3 people. Now I have information on the crash, and the rest of that other stuff is not going to make a significant change in that.
But that's basically what I'm saying. That I use other sources to confirm the reality of what that particular scripture is saying.
But they got to be sound sources, and they have to be vetted sources. They just can't be a source.
No, they have to be, like you said, sound sources. Part of the reason is, were they there? That's the biggest thing.
Correct.
Are there historical things that confirm that they were there at that particular time? It's like another book, let's say the Gospel of Thomas. And I'm not putting down the Gospel of Thomas, but part of the reason I would have a hard time relying on the Gospel of Thomas is because of the fact that there's no evidence showing that it was written in the first century. The style is different. And also, in my opinion, too many scholars are saying that it was written in the second or third century.
But Thomas was different.
Right.
And so Thomas told somebody who told somebody who told somebody where you get that from Thomas. So they wrote a book, the Book of Thomas. The problem was it's so far removed from eyewitness sources that it's not accepted. Now, does it have information that's accurate? Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
But is it enough to be accepted and vetted by other people? Well, the people who could vet it had already passed away, so you can't.
Well, in the Gospel of Thomas, it's more, the whole language is different, and it's contradictory. And it wasn't uncommon for people to. But
wasn't Thomas contradictory? I mean, you got to think about the personality of the writer, too.
Are you talking about Simmons? Because twins?
Right. I mean,
1 minute he had faith, the next minute he didn't.
Again, think about Thomas. He was already like on the left side anyway. Like, I don't really believe that. I don't really know. You have to prove everything. So there's so many different things that go into it that's why they said that's why that council said, no, we're not accepting this book because it's like it's a jumble of mess, really.
Well, that's because of the fact that there's evidence that he didn't write it. It doesn't reflect the style.
Correct.
It doesn't reflect the century.
Correct.
The frame of reference is in the second century.
The words, the language.
And it's not even a doctrine that confirms with the reality of Jesus. It's more of a Gnostic type of doctrine.
They actually went and took stuff.
I'm not putting down Gnostics, but I'm saying that the teachings are too radically different.
Well, but there's some proof and some validity in reading it, so that some of the holes get filled in and some of the things. So yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, Michael. I am so far behind, and it's all your fault.
Okay, I'll see you later.
All right, brother. Take care.
Yeah.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This is Community Heartbeat, presented by Outreach Community Health Centers on 1017 The Truth.
Everybody's welcome at Outreach, and that's one of the things that makes us special. We do offer services based on a sliding fee, so I always recommend that people call in advance to get all of the details, but oftentimes we can see you for as little as $25 for your whole visit, and that gets your vaccines included. Outreach has nurse visits available for anyone who wants to have their vaccines either the same day or you can schedule ahead. For those, you just need to bring in your ID and your insurance card. You can also schedule a visit with your primary care provider. If you don't have one, we have some that are ready and excited to meet you. So all you have to do is give us a call during normal business hours. That's 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. And that's 414-727-6320. Or you can always visit us on the website for more information. And that's www.ochc-milw.org.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/thereason to get started.
In our community, you will find a Center for Food Security.
you'll discover a center for behavioral health support, a proven center for home care, a successful center for employment, a center for trauma recovery, and more. We are Centers for Independence. Find out how you can support Centers for Independence's work and mission at cfihope.org/independence.
Sybaris Pool Suites. Romantic, luxurious, affordable. A place where romance touches paradise and the memories of a lifetime are made. Sybaris offers a variety of room styles, including the exquisite Chalet Suite, which spans 3 levels and features your own private swimming pool with cascading waterfall, soothing whirlpool tub, a cozy fireplace, and much more to make your stay unforgettable. They are located in Mequon, just north of Milwaukee. Take a virtual tour at sybaris.com.
Southbound on 43. Backups from before Hampton, pretty much all the way down through the Marquette, down to the KK River. Northbound's backed up out of the Marquette up past Fond du Lac Avenue, almost to North Avenue. But by the time you get to North Avenue, you should be good heading northbound. Southbound 41, slowing from before Appleton Avenue all the way down to about Capitol Drive. Northbound's going to be slow from north of Watertown Plank Road, pretty much all the way up past Burleigh. And then eastbound is going to be a little slow from 164 all the way past Barker Road, almost to Brookfield Road. Back on the brakes from 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 46. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful, a high of 67 at the lake, 70 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneid. Green Bay Packers are back to work this week. They will get wide receiver Romeo Doubs back into the fold after suspending the 3-year wideout for conduct detrimental to the team after Doubs skipped practice last Thursday and Friday. So, is the situation in Green Bay something to worry about moving forward?
I think with all due respect to everything, I appreciate your question. I'd rather, what's done is done, and we're moving forward, and I expect us collectively as a team to continue to move that way.
The team is off today and will resume preparations for Week 6 tomorrow afternoon. Staying with the NFL, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the New York Jets have fired head coach Robert Saleh after a 2-3 start to their season. And lastly, over to baseball, where the Kansas City Royals evening up the ALDS against the Yankees by a final of 4-2, as well as Detroit evening up their series with the Guardians, this one by a final of 3-0. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833. You know that wipes out all the dinners. You're back to 0. Yeah, that's all right. See, listening to DJ Brother Z get you in trouble. Shh. I'm blaming him. Say that on the air. Say what?
Well, I don't want the blame because I didn't do it. That doesn't make me feel good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, I got something. You want to fight? You want to fight?
He got a weapon though. He ain't coming in with his hands.
Come on, I use these. I'm good. Come on. I'm a Fallout senior abuse. Oh, he just threatened me. I feel threatened, y'all. I feel some kind of way. How tall is he? Like 6'3", 6'4"? Yep.
I think like 6'4", 6'5".
I'm going to fall out. As soon as he do this, I'm going to fall out. Oh! 833-212-1017 is the number. Somebody said, trust but verify. You are so true. Creation Muse said, I know one biblical point of reference of verification 2 to 3 witnesses to something. Correct. There has to be 2 to 3 witnesses for something. And they have to be eyewitnesses. But we're not going to go down the I'm trying to pick the right word to use. Not religion trained, but we're not going to go down that. We're not going to go down that path because if anything, we need to be praying for people in Florida. Not really put in the YouTube chat. Hurricane Milton is back at a Cat 5 again. 180 mile an hour wind, right? So they were like, oh, well, it went down. Now winds will only be 100 miles. Have you ever seen a 100 mile an hour wind? 25 mile an hour wind will kick your behind. 25 miles an hour. Think about that. Think about a car going at 25 miles an hour, and then think about the wind resistance at 25 miles an hour.
25 miles an hour, that's the speed limit in in the suburbs type deal.
Right. And think of the things that a gust of wind can blow away. Think about consistent 100 mile an hour wind. Your doors are coming off, your windows, your house, trees, anything not nailed out, your cars might start sliding. And I remember in Texas, it was a funny thing when they got that ice over. People that were able to move their cars and park their cars on ice, when the wind blew, it pushed their car because the car didn't have any traction. And I'm like, yeah. I'm staying right here when it's snow. I'm gonna stay right here. And the most we got to deal with is a tornado. Hurricanes are just wicked. They are some of the most wicked things I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a hurricane, but I've never lived through a hurricane. You know, I've seen that tropical storm come through Cancun piece, and it was over. But, no, stay right here.
Imagine the people who are just visiting. They're not even from Florida, and they got to go through that.
Imagine the people that are visiting, and they can't get out now. Yeah, we're shutting our airlines down. You have until, we're going to fly extra planes there, but you have until such and such. At that point, I would need you to just, tickets are, $20. We just need your ID and all that stuff, and we could get you in and get on the plane and leave. And when we're full, we leave it. Like, I don't know how to, we flying to Iowa. I mean, it just, yeah. There's nowhere to go. There's no, like, you can't go from you can't go from east to west or west to east in Florida because it's, I don't know. Just, if you live on this side, it's better. And I'm not hearing that because the last time the storm came through there, it turned into thunderstorms and went through 3-4 different states that are already flooding, and now it's coming back? Like, what am I going to flood from 8 feet to 20? Like, they're talking about walls of water between 5 and 15 feet high? Like, where do you run? Like, where do you go? It's like having a building fall on you. How do you survive that? How do you survive stuff like an avalanche, forest fires? Nope, I'm staying right here in the big city. Right here. I ain't going nowhere. Absolutely not. 833-212-1017 is the number. I talked about this before, and I wanted to bring it up again because Wisconsin lawmakers are going to try to pitch tax-free retirement again. Because for some reason, Evers vetoed it. It would exempt $75,000 of retirement income for single filers and $125,000 for married joint filers. The legislation was pitched and passed both sides of the aisle. And this time, the legislation will be in addition to any retirement income that is already tax exempt, such as Social Security. 13 other states, including Illinois and Iowa, have tax-free retirement laws. We can't afford to keep losing seniors to other states, said Representative Joel Kitchens, Republican of Sturgeon Bay. When they leave, we don't just lose revenue. Families miss out on sharing important life events. Wisconsin is sitting on a $3 billion surplus. We can afford this tax cut more than we can afford not doing it. It was sponsored by Kitchens, Representative David Steffen, Republican of Howard, and Senator Rachel Cabril Guevara, Republican from Fox Cross. So it's something that'll help everybody, regardless of what your religious, see where my brain is, your political affiliation. And as seniors age and prices go up, they're going to need all the money they can afford. But yet, and I hate to say it, liberal politicians want all of your money. They'll tell you they're not going to tax you and they'll save you. But when I save federally and then you take it locally, I still lose. I still have less money. If we get a Republican legislature and a Democratic legislature and a Democratic president in D.C., our taxes are going up. And what we've seen in the past 4 or 5 years, 6 years, is gone. And if you think we're struggling now, wait till January 20th, 2025.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Tap into Milwaukee's most entertaining morning show.
Telly was getting frustrated because he couldn't connect to Wi-Fi, and he was like, Tony said, "Oh, crud."
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
Crud. Oh, crud. Crud knuckles.
Tony get all of my words on the golf course because I don't curse, and if I do something wrong, my go-to word is fudge.
Listen to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hardworking family businesses, ambitious entrepreneurs, relationship builders, and job creators. Businesses like yours are the heart of Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation lives to help you realize your vision. Join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development. It will be held December 11th and 12th at the Baird Center in Milwaukee and virtually on the 10th. Presented by WEDC, Marketplace Wisconsin is a chance for minority, women, LGBTQ+, veteran-owned and small businesses to network, explore government contracting, and grow. You keep our state moving with construction, janitorial services, logistics and transportation, technology, medical services, and more. And Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants to help propel your success too. Let's look forward together. Register for Marketplace Wisconsin today at marketplacewisconsin.com.
It's 1017 The Truth. This is Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Get the look you want for your home with customizable windows and doors from Pella. The durability of materials gets tested. They open and close doors, latches, and shades tens of thousands of times. That's to ensure they last for years to come. Pella offers custom colors and innovative features like shades between the glass. Right now, get 0% interest up to 36 months. Certain restrictions apply. Ends October 31st. Get started today at PellaWI.com.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family.
They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Get your tickets now to the Milwaukee Gala that helps empower communities and change lives. Join us at the new rooftop ballroom of the Baird Center for Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Black and White Ball, celebrating legacy and impact. It's all happening on Saturday, November 2nd, with entertainment by Shantae Moore. This event will sell out. Get your ticket and sponsorship information now at tmul.org and click on the Black and White Ball link. That is tmul.org.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. And we've teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. Visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com to sign up today. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC. And by the way, if you have not signed up for Truth Summit, Saturday, October 26th from 10 to 1 at the 3rd Street Market, it's an exclusive roundtable where we'll be examining the state of Milwaukee. We're going to kind of talk to some folks and figure out what the pulse of Milwaukee is. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it on life support? We'll be talking about that later in the top 5 at 5. So, might want to check it out. I'll be there with Sherwin Hughes, Jason Fields, Dr. Lita Mallett, Dr. Glenn Matthews, and a few other people, Fred Johnson, J.B. Bell, and we may have a, politician or two pop in and see what's going on. Reserve your spot. Seats are going fast. The Truth Summit by visiting 1017thetruth.com. All you got to do is go there, scroll down. There's an ugly picture of me with my arms crossed and some sunglasses on looking all cool. That's 1017thetruth.com. Scroll down, click Truth Summit. Reserve a seat because that's the only way you're getting in. And that's that. It's absolutely free. We got food free, catered by Shawnee's Exquisite Catering. Truth Summit is sponsored by One Milwaukee. It's gonna be a blast.
Truth Nation, join us live for the Truth Summit on Saturday, October 26th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the 3rd Street Market Hall. This exclusive in-person roundtable will examine the state of finances, education, and politics for Black Milwaukee. Dr. Ken Harris will be joined by expert guests for a lively debate and insights that you can't afford to miss. We've got it covered on the pulse of Black Milwaukee. Get your tickets to the Truth Summit by visiting 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I push through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host. I gotta change my voice. You're listening to, see, I can't do it. Maybe I should sound like Sherwin. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken. Nah, that's a bad one. Maybe I should start talking about girls and stuff, and then I'll sound like Sherwin, right? Okay, 833-212. Yeah, I know somebody calling Sherwin now. Hey, did you hear what Dr. Ken said about you? Yeah. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, Truth Nation, tune in to another episode of The Truth on Politics, Tuesday, October 15th, 6 to 8 on The Truth. The Truth Family Roundtable engages in what we think is thoughtful debate, but it, kind of, disintegrates down into arguing about local elections and policies that impact you all and really break down everything you need to know about the upcoming 2024 election. Here it is. Somebody's going to win, and somebody's going to lose. There you go. Don't miss The Truth on Politics, Tuesday, October 15th, 6 to 8, with me, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, Benjamin, oh, Lord, Damon Elzy, oh, Lord, Kyle Wallace, oh, Lord, on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk. I think I'm going to just be there and shut up. I'm not going to say anything. Why are you laughing, Jason?
Come on, Dr. K. There's no way you're going to be sitting there.
I'm not going to say a word. I'll say everything else, but I won't say a word. Didn't think about it like that, did you?
I did not.
I tell ya.
Number 5.
So the attorney for Diddy is y'all sitting down? Like every time I read this every day, Jason and DJ Brother Z look at me like, wait, what? Attorney for more than 100 Diddy accusers says there are more A-list celebrities involved and will be named. The Houston attorney representing over 100 plaintiffs in the pending lawsuit against Bad Boy Entertainment founder Sean Diddy Combs has even more tea to spill about who may be implicated in the disgusting allegations. Tony Busby joined the AVL Law Group on October 1st to announce plans to file a lawsuit. You heard about that, featuring 120 plaintiffs. Sexual exploitation, rape, and sexual assault. Well, Busby told TMZ Live a slew of big-name celebrities are expected to also be sued by his firm in the coming weeks as his firm continues litigation against Combs. Busby told the media outlet that his firm already sent out demand letters allowing these mystery celebrities a chance to opt into a monetary settlement instead of taking the suit public. Busby told TMZ that some celebrities already took that deal. Moving forward, Busby said there's no exception to who may be swept into the Combs lawsuit, including anyone who participated in the alleged sexual assault or went to the now criticized white parties and witnessed these alleged crimes being committed without alerting authorities. On the other hand, questions swirl around the ever-growing list of plaintiffs reaching out to Busby's firm the day he announced the pending lawsuit. He said 120 cases they took were scraped off a pile of 3,000 complaints. The Busby law firm has since released the number to a sexual assault hotline number, which the attorney said received over 12,000 calls in just 24 hours. That's per the New York Daily News. Our Herculean task is to try to sift through every one of those calls, make sure that we're identifying those who are victims and those who are witnesses, and collect evidence, he told Law and Crime. He's also said he's working with a team of over 100 people to weed out the bad eggs. You ready? Of the 120 plaintiffs, 60 of them are women, and the others are men. Busby told reporters last week. Some of their accusations stem from incidents that occurred when they were minors, the youngest being 9 years old. Busby's suit will be the 13th filed against Combs since Bad Boy signee Cassandra Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit in November 2023 accusing the music mogul of sex trafficking and physical abuse. And as you know, he got arrested and now he's sitting in jail and he's on suicide watch. But I think the suicide watch might be more making sure nobody gets at him. Because y'all know Jeffrey Epstein, yeah, buddy. Yeah, he just, yeah. So somebody said, hey, Jeffrey, yeah, we're going to leave the door open and you know what you need to do, okay? All right. Oh, he killed himself. Okay.
Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself.
Well, we don't know. He may have.
Know, Dr. Ken.
What may have happened is they gave him the opportunity by saying, if you don't, we're going to do it. And I don't know who the euphemistic we is, but yeah. Whew. I wasn't there.
Number 4.
This from Urban Milwaukee, this article is available, well, anyway. Well, now I can't read it because now it says that it's only available to paid members. Oh, well, I was going to read that article, but it might have caused a little bit of consternation in this good old city, and then it would have caused so much trouble, and then I would have gotten in trouble. And don't you love technology today? Don't you love it? You're supposed to say yes, Jason.
You know I'm Gen Z. We love technology.
Like even when it fails?
Listen, failure is just another opportunity to grow.
I thought that was a spanking.
Number 3.
From CNN, we talked about a Category 5 storm called Hurricane Milton has regained strength, and it's on its way there. They're fighting against the clock, though. Officials are pleading with Floridians to evacuate, warning that they face being killed by the storm. Highways are clogged. Gas stations are running low on fuel as residents heed the warnings 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene beat up on Florida and left death and debris in its wake. So it's going to be interesting. I'm never living on the coast. I'm just never living on the coast. It's just it's too much. One storm, it's 85 degrees and humid, and then your house is gone. Yeah.
Number 2.
From Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, the Milwaukee crime continues to decrease during the third quarter of the year, building on another positive trend from earlier this year. City leaders delivered the details on third quarter crime stats today at a press conference, noting that homicides and non-fatal shootings were both down significantly at 22% and 23% respectively. These categories are part of a citywide dip with what's called Part 1 crimes, down 4% in total. In all, Part 1 crimes, defined by the FBI, are homicide, rape, robbery, aggravated assault, burglary, and vehicle theft. Now, car crashes, we seem to be getting like 1 or 2 a day. Mayor Cavalier Johnson says that he wants crime in Milwaukee to be rare. Well, the decrease is particularly good news as the third quarter includes the summer months, a period when violent crime generally rises. However, carjackings remain a concern. Other categories have actually ticked up. Robberies up 3%, auto thefts up 4%, carjackings up 17%, bucking the other positive trends. Human trafficking, a rare crime in the city now, stayed static at 25 reported instances so far this year, the same as last year. Carjackings have been persistent, even as reported auto thefts show much lower increases. In July, ahead of the Republican National Convention, Police Chief Norman warned of the crime, and several high-profile crimes had involved carjacking. So be careful when you park your car, get out your car and leave. When you get in your car, lock your door, put your seatbelt on, start your car, go. Like, drive off. I see people sitting there, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you sitting there? And then somebody taps on your window, you look over, there's a gun, open your door, or I'll shoot you through the window. And then you're done. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense.
I do find it crazy how somebody would think, I gotta shoot you, I gotta take your life. Like what?
For a car.
That is wild to me.
For a car.
That's just
for a car. Now me, just give it to him. Get a new one, be done. But for some reason, I just don't understand why we do that. I don't get it. Well, I kind of do. They're criminals.
Number 1.
From Associated Press, Memphis, Tennessee, 2 former Memphis police officers convicted of obstruction of justice in the fatal beating of Tyree Nichols will be released from jail ahead of sentencing in January, but a third, who was found guilty of more serious civil rights violations, will remain in custody, a federal judge said yesterday. Tadarius Bean and Justin Smith will be on home detention with GPS monitoring until sentencing, while Demetrius Haley will stay in jail. U.S. District Judge Mark Norris ordered all 3 men be taken into custody after they were found guilty last week in the beating of Nichols in January 2023. The 3, along with Emmett Martin and Desmond Mills Jr., were part of a crime suppression team that pulled over 29-year-old Nichols after a traffic stop and then punched, kicked, and hit him with a baton after he ran away from them. Now, Bean and Smith, the reason why they're going home, they were acquitted of the more serious charges related to civil rights violations and of conspiracy to tamper with witness testimony. They were convicted of obstruction of justice through witness tampering. Bean, Haley, and Smith face up to 20 years in prison on the obstruction of justice convictions. Haley faces up to 10 years in prison on the civil rights violations. Prosecutors argued that 3 officers failed to tell their supervisor and medical personnel about the amount of force they used against Nichols. The officers also lied on forms that required them to disclose the amount of force they used. The officers had been free on bond as they awaited trial, and they did not violate any conditions of their release, defense attorney said. But Claxton ruled that Haley must remain in custody because he committed civil rights violations that carried at least a substantial risk of the use of physical violence. Defense attorney Michael Stengel unsuccessfully argued that the violations were not crimes of violence. Haley has the right to appeal the detention order, and they believe the others weren't a flight risk. I mean, your name is all over the international news. Where you going? You know, they put a hold on your passport. They probably suspended your driver's license. I mean, Claxton said Bean and Smith did not present a flight risk. This is the judge. To the community, home detention comes with certain conditions, including that they be allowed to leave home for work. Who gonna hire them? School? Where they going to school at? Religious services? Maybe. And medical appointments. Be careful. So that's an interesting take. Meanwhile, breaking news from Associated Press, the Justice Department has charged an Afghan man, you ready? With planning an Islamic State-sponsored attack on large crowds on Election Day in the U.S. So when we get more information from that, we will definitely get that over the air. If you've got any Floridians that you know, and I've got friends down there, you might want to check on them. Make sure they're, getting out of Dodge.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation!
And all our juicy jammers out there.
Make certain that you tap into Jam with Juice each and every day so you can quench your thirst.
That is right. You already know you can sip on us every single day, like Benjamin said, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. But that's not all, y'all.
Catch us exclusively on YouTube for our 6 to 7 show.
Yep, only on Thursdays.
Catch Jamming with Juice each and every day on 1017 The Truth.
Now sip on that.
Hardworking family businesses, ambitious entrepreneurs, relationship builders, and job creators. Businesses like yours are the heart of Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation lives to help you realize your vision. Join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development. It will be held December 11th and 12th at the Baird Center in Milwaukee and virtually on the 10th. Presented by WEDC, Marketplace Wisconsin is a chance for minority, women, LGBTQ+, veteran-owned and small businesses to network, explore government contracting, and grow. You keep our state moving with construction, janitorial services, logistics and transportation, technology, medical services, and more. And Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation wants to help propel your success too. Let's look forward together. Register for Marketplace Wisconsin today at marketplacewisconsin.com.
Get your tickets now to the Milwaukee Gala that helps empower communities and change lives. Join us at the new rooftop ballroom of the Baird Center for Greater Milwaukee Urban League's Black and White Ball, celebrating legacy and impact. It's all happening on Saturday, November 2nd, with entertainment by Shantae Moore. This event will sell out. Get your ticket and sponsorship information now at tmul.org and click on the Black and White Ball link. That is tmul.org.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike, There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. The Truth is proud of Marquette University High School Championship football. We have a battle for the Greater Metro Conference title this Friday as the Marquette High Hilltoppers take on conference foe Sussex Hamilton Chargers. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. Friday Night Football on The Truth is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call. That's all. That's Friday night at 7, Marquette University High School football right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. 833-212-1017 is the number. The Dems cannot stop spending. Tax, spend, regulate, and ad infinitum. Yeah, that's true. That is true. They just want more money to spend on things that people may or may not need, and I don't understand why. Does it make them feel happy? You know, does it like, I don't know. It's like Robin Hood, steal from the rich and give it to the poor. Well, what about when you're just middle class? Like, we keep talking about the middle class is disappearing. It's because you're taxing them to death. You know, I like some of the things the Democratic Party does and the Republican Party does. But one of the things I don't like in the Republican Party is they don't really know how to talk to black people. They don't know how to reach out to black people. And then people scream, they're racist, they're racist. Well, you can say the same thing for white Democrats, too. I'm just saying. But Democrats tax too much. It's just too much. Like, at some point, you're going to run out of money. If you took all of the billionaires' money, it's still not enough to pay off our deficit. And Republicans and Democrats ran that up. I don't know what we're going to do, but yeah. What's more important, keeping your money or giving your money away? Because the federal government wants to take all your money. So then what do you do? Who do you vote for? Like, literally, I remember under the Obama administration, no, it wasn't Obama. It was Hillary Clinton. Was it Hillary or Obama? I can't remember. If you make over $250,000, that's enough. The guy getting paid $400 and something thousand as president is telling somebody that if they make $250, it's enough? Huh? Or Hillary Clinton, who's already a millionaire, making millions of dollars, is now telling somebody that somebody else shouldn't make as much money. But I remember when Bill Clinton was in office, she was going to be the healthcare czar. And what did her in is when she said that we're going to tell doctors, people who want to be medical doctors, what to major in. And I went, you're going to tell them what to major in? Well, we have too many specialists. So what you're saying is they're making too much money. And you want some GPs in there, some general practice physicians. We live in America. You don't get to tell somebody, right? I mean, my daughter ran through that enough when trying to major in one thing and they tried to talk her into majoring something else. Are you saying that she's not qualified? Or are you saying that you're not? And then they immediately say, we're not giving any money. We're not giving any scholarships if you major in that. So if I major in something liberal arts or major in something that over time may not yield the amount of money that, say, technology might yield, then you're okay. You know, you might make $100,000 a year. But if you make more than that, or if you go into engineering or something like that, that's terrible. Can't have that. So now you shutting down people in school. So we're wondering why black kids aren't graduating and majoring in STEM when so many of them in elementary school and high school want to do it, but somehow it doesn't translate to college. Well, some of those colleges don't want our kids majoring in those lucrative areas. That's why it's so hard to get in law school, medical school, dental school, get a degree in computer engineering. Yeah. I find it interesting, but yet nobody will say, hey, what is that? While we're fighting to get into an Ivy League school because people use things like, and I don't even know if it's still out, U.S. News and World Report, that college ranking that's the biggest farce in the world. And we still think Harvard or Princeton or Yale, oh, they're the top schools. They're really not. They're really not. But you all think they are, so they are. And the only place you go to hire people are those schools. And the only place that you look for people are those schools. And it's unfortunate because 87% of all black doctors and dentists, medical doctors and dentists do their undergrad in science at Xavier. That's saying something. All we need are one or two more medical schools and a couple dental schools. And we can tell all those other medical schools to go pound sand. But who knows? 833-212-1017. Let me get back to what I was supposed to be talking about, because, you know, Jason had me running off at the mouth and talking about stuff and doing stuff. And then DJ Brother Z pop in, and next thing you know, I'm getting double teamed and young folks beating up on the old man. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. And then some things are not so good. Major League Baseball announced that it will produce and distribute local games for the Milwaukee Brewers, Cleveland Guardians, and Minnesota Twins for 2025. Initiative is part of a larger effort by Major League Baseball to enhance accessibility for fans through both television, broadcasts, and digital streaming services. Decision comes as part of the MLB strategy to provide fans with more viewing options and to expand the reach of local games. Milwaukee Brewers fans will continue to enjoy a direct-to-consumer streaming option, a feature that was available under their previous media agreement and will be maintained under the MLB's new plan. Texas Rangers have also decided to end their partnership with Diamond Sports Group and are exploring local media options for the 2025 season. This move aligns with MLB's previous efforts in 2024, where the league successfully produced and distributed games for teams like the Arizona Diamondbacks, Colorado Rockies, and San Diego Padres. These games were made available through cable and satellite distribution agreements, as well as direct-to-consumer platforms such as D-backs TV, Padres TV, and Rockies TV. So what does that mean? It means that with the media landscape continuing to evolve, Major League Baseball is committed to serving our fans by ensuring they can see their favorite clubs, remove blackouts where we can, and ultimately grow the reach of our game, says Noah Garden, MLB's Deputy Commissioner of Business and Media. We are proud to bring Brewers games to their passionate fans with the same high-quality production demonstrated in Arizona, Colorado, and San Diego. Further information regarding the availability of games for fans will be provided as the 2025 season approaches. Wow. Can you say poof? Wow. Interesting. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm wondering how that's going to affect Milwaukee, how that's going to make people look at baseball. I enjoy baseball on the radio. The listening, the anticipation, the crowd noise, the crack of the bat. Watching it, it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. It has gotten better now that they sped up the pitching piece, right? So you got to pitch within a certain amount of time, but now you can't get to the game. Remember? Hey, game's at 1 o'clock. I rolled through around 2:30. Dude, you roll up at 2:30. They're coming out the park. We're done. 9 innings. I think the shortest game was like an hour and 43 minutes or something like that, if I remember correctly. Like really short. You show up late for a game, they might be like, hey, after a certain time, you can't get in. But you took my ticket money. Yeah, no, but game's over in 15 minutes. What? Yeah, we're in the 9th inning. Huh? It's going to get faster and faster and faster, but I don't know. That was still a heartbreaker when the Brewers lost the other day. That was, what was that, last Thursday? I was sitting there and I was like, dude, it was Wednesday or Thursday. It really doesn't matter. They lost. So, yeah. And will this cause another monkey wrench in how people view Major League Baseball? I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not in Florida. It's easy to say traffic, weather, and sports up next. But the weather, it's nice out. Florida governor to residents. Tampa bracing for a direct hit. Risk of historic storm destruction. They're saying this is the most powerful storm ever in the history of the United States. So where can you move to avoid weather? A cave.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At We Energies, we're committed to building a bright, sustainable energy future. We're investing in clean energy projects like solar, wind, and battery storage. As a leader in the decarbonization effort, our goal is to achieve net zero carbon emissions from our generation fleet by 2050. It's part of our plan to provide the affordable, reliable, and clean energy you depend on. Learn more at weenergies.com.
We Energies. People you can trust, energy you can depend on. This message was paid for by the stockholders of WEC Energy Group.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Telly Hughes with his truth.
I want to stress the importance of a positive mindset. Everything begins as a thought before it ever becomes an action. So it's extremely important to purposely place yourself in positive spaces to help shape and nurture those thoughts. I know you're probably thinking, okay, Telly, let's be realistic. Look, I get it. You may work with people with bad energy, or you may even be related to people who are negative by nature. In this journey called life, there will be many things that come your way that's out of your control. But what you can control is how you respond. Understand this. You have the right to either tap in or tap out of whatever energy that may come your way. And that's how you can control and protect your positive spaces. The mind is where it all starts, and if your thoughts are centered around positivity, you'll see how things begin to transform. You'll see a noticeable difference between things happening for you versus things always happening to you. You begin to grow through situations as opposed to just going through tough situations. Make it a priority to surround yourself with positive people and create those positive spaces and begin to experience the fruits of what a positive mindset can produce. Trust me, it takes work to creating these spaces, and you have to be intentional about it. And I'm committed to putting in the work because I'm living proof that it's well worth the peace a positive mindset brings.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
Prostate cancer screening is a simple blood test. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. If you want info on how to take action, the Prostate Cancer Foundation is here to help. Go to pcf.org today. Remember, it's your life, and it's a simple blood test. Get it done.
We did have an earlier accident northbound on 43 right around Kilbourne. That has been cleared, but delays are still there, backing up through the Marquette all the way up past Fond du Lac Avenue. Southbound 43 slowing from about Hampton Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise to the KK River. Westbound 94's got some heavy ride right from the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side's going to be slow as well from about 84th Street through the Stadium Interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 46. Tomorrow, sunny and beautiful, a high of 67 at the lake, 70 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Sneid. The Green Bay Packers are back to work this week. They will get wide receiver Romeo Doubs back into the fold after suspending the 3-year wideout for conduct detrimental to the team after Doubs skipped practice last Thursday and Friday. So, is the situation in Green Bay something to worry about moving forward?
I think with all due respect to everything, I appreciate your question. I'd rather, what's done is done, and we're moving forward, and I expect us collectively as a team to continue to move that way.
The team is off today and will resume preparations for Week 6 tomorrow afternoon. Staying with the NFL, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the New York Jets have fired head coach Robert Saleh after a 2-3 start to their season. And lastly, over to baseball, where the Kansas City Royals evening up the ALDS against the Yankees by a final of 4-2, as well as Detroit evening up their series with the Guardians, this one by a final of 3-0. The sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. That's music by the great Ramsey Lewis, Sun Goddess. 833-212-1017 is the number. Do you play air guitar? Like air guitar? Like, were you doing that to see if I was talking about the same thing? Like, there's only one air guitar. Like,
I didn't know you were talking about like a game or...
What game called air guitar? What's it?
I don't know what was out.
What game is called air guitar? What'd you say?
He said Guitar Hero, maybe.
We getting rid of 2 producers today.
Only one. Jason doesn't even know what Guitar Hero is.
Wow. Well, Jason's not a musician. He pretends like he knows music, but then when you ask him who his favorite is, he says Michael Jackson, so you got to go back like 50 years. So I don't really know if I'm we already give him Music Monday. That's about as deep as it's going to get.
I'm a music guru. I know all of this. I don't know what we talking about right now. I'm a music beast.
Find me. Okay. Tell me about Nina Simone.
I know about Nina.
I didn't ask you if you know about her. I said, tell me about her.
She did a lot for black people. She was she did. She was a beast. She was absolute beast.
So in other words, generalities, because he knows jack about Nina Simone. He knows jack about, all right, Josephine Baker.
See, Dr. Ken, listen.
Excuses, tools of the incompetent, used to build monuments of nothingness. Those who, anyway. Go ahead.
Listen.
Josephine Baker.
No, more so, starting with, Mike.
So you're not a music guru. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's limits.
It's okay to say no.
It's limits.
No is actually a word. One of the most powerful words in the world. No and so.
It's just limits.
So it's no. Okay.
Dates.
All right. I'm going to just sit here and sip my water and wait on you to tell me who's the oldest artist you know.
The oldest artist that I know, maybe like Ray Charles.
He's dead.
Well, like how old is Mick Jagger and Elton John and them?
Okay, and them. Okay, probably in their 70s, maybe even 80s.
Mick Jagger's still going though. He be dancing and performing still. So.
And then he sits still for the next 5 years and then comes back and does another dance.
See, I love the Rolling Stones. See, I know some of them that old school rock too.
That's older than old school. Old school is like 20, 30 years.
For the real rock. What I call the real rock. Well, I can't even say that because the real rock is...
It's almost 2030. So we're talking maybe around 2000.
I'm talking about the 70s, 60s.
Well, that's not old school. That's nostalgia. That's old. That's like, oh. Seriously. But they made some great music in the 70s. I'm still waiting on a genre of music to impact, because I can only think of two, rap and funk, that impacted everybody in the culture. Like everybody.
R&B?
No, R&B didn't do it. That's just my opinion.
Stevie Wonder?
Stevie Wonder's not a... Anyway.
He got that Stevie Wonder R&B.
No, that's my point. So, an impact that changed music. You got to go with rap. Rap revolutionized the genre, right? It was revolutionary. It was new. It was spoken word, all that. So, right?
Hip hop, rap come from funk too.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. They stole a lot of stuff, but no. Funk was, there was never anything in my lifetime that replicated funk. That, replicated the impact of funk. It was just a whole other, you either had it or you didn't. And there were a lot of fringe groups, and unfortunately, it was almost in the middle of the whole disco craze, right? Disco turned into what? Mr. Music Aficionado.
I know Michael Jackson, he started off disco a little bit.
He ain't never started. Michael Jackson ain't never been disco.
First though, Off the Wall has some
Michael Jackson has never been disco.
Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, not kind of disco.
Dance music, yes. Disco, no. Learn your genres. Not how you feel.
I feel like Off the Wall has some disco.
Not how you feel, what it is.
Especially like some of the Jacksons, when they left Motown, some of their stuff was a little disco.
No. It all turned into electronic dance music. It's about time. It turned into electronic dance music. That's my little dude from Cousins. I'm sorry. That's my cousin from Cousins. I got to put them up there so y'all can see them.
Product placement.
That's right. Wait a minute. Can you see it? Okay. Oh, it was good over there. All right, I'll move it over here. There you go. There. Good product placement. But no, funk, I love electronic dance music, by the way. It's just, somebody said, don't stop till you get enough is disco. It is not.
That's what, whoever said that, shout out to.
It is not.
We know what we're talking about.
No, you don't, actually. It is not.
A boy, Brett's fave.
I don't care. I don't care. It's not. Nope, not disco. I reject it.
It sounded like it a little bit.
No, disco was ending by then. It was on the way down.
That's why I think Mike, he went to pop, because he was like, okay, this is dying down. Let me make Thriller.
Disco was like 74-ish until about 78, 79. Like by the time I got to college, disco was like,
Why did they fall off?
Funk was killing everything. Funk
James
killed.
Brown.
Oh my God, James Brown's not funk.
What did he?
James Brown. Oh, I'm done.
Hold on,
I'm
wait.
going to
James
break.
Brown's
I got to
not
go to
funk?
break. Oh God, jeez, Lord have mercy. Did he play some songs that were funk? Yes, but James Brown's genre was from the 1960s.
I feel like that was funk. Didn't he create funk?
Funk? No. Oh. Garage Doors giving you a headache. Best way I know how to deal with it between this and Jason and Garage Doors is to call my friends at Geis. Family owned since 1955, Geis is the trusted authority on garage doors and openers in southeastern Wisconsin. Trust me, I use them too. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. So for fast, reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. That's GEISdoors.com or call 262-784-4250. Remember, don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it is Denise Thomas from Truth Be Told with DT and Telly, and I am so excited for you to tune in to our monthly interview with Old National Bank. Old National Bank will be joining us to discuss why they are so committed to supporting women and people of color-owned businesses, while also discussing their Empowerment Loan Program, which can provide your business access to funds up to $5 million. So don't miss our Truth Be Told monthly interview with Old National Bank at 8 a.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What distinguishes Old National Bank from other lenders in helping people buy their first home and furthering their small businesses?
One thing that really makes us stand out is our grants. We have two really big grants right now specifically for first-time home buyers buying in Milwaukee County. The first one is for $15,000. They have to be buying within Milwaukee County and reach certain income limits. And then the second one is for $20,000, and that is through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indiana. We're headquartered in Indiana, as you know, Denise. So that is a second grant, and that is really the highest, most robust grant program throughout the entire southeastern Wisconsin area. So it's it's up to $35,000 essentially that a person could be receiving for their first home. If you are in a position that you're looking to buy your first home throughout Milwaukee County, please give me a call. Please contact me. I'm more than happy to help everybody that I can.
And what's your number, Anna?
Sure.
How can they reach you?
414-978-0283.
Your drink, sir?
This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in Friday night as we have a battle for first place in the Greater Metro Conference. The Hilltoppers host conference rival, the Sussex Hamilton Chargers. The football action kicks off at 7 p.m. on 1017 The Truth. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices and sponsored by Capital Insurance Agency, Magic Productions, Annex Wealth Management, C.G. Schmidt, Left's Lucky Town, Boyle Frederickson Intellectual Property Law, and Marquette University High School.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by American Family Insurance. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I just had to play Jason some real music. You know, sometimes he get beside himself. He get his, yeah. Wait. He gets ahead of himself.
I know real music. I'm just saying.
Clearly you don't. Lana, does he know real music?
Come on, man. What?
No, yeah, you do, Jason. You try. You know some, but not all of it. But you learning. I'm learning too. We all learning.
Thank you, Lana. Okay.
Yeah. So now, how everybody doing though, Dr. Ken Harris and Double J?
You hurt my feelings.
Who, me?
Yeah.
What I say?
You let him down. You treated him like he was Gen Z. All nice and patting him on the head. Oh, it was okay. You know, you got it. It was wrong. You don't know what he's talking about. You don't know no music. Come on.
I know my music now.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No. You know I'm just kidding. How are you today?
I know, yeah. I'm fine. Doing a whole lot better, and I'm so glad that, you know, I followed your advice and others, and it worked out for the best of me, and I'm so happy. I got a big load off of me, got that monkey off my back. I'm happy. Yes. So, like, we was talking about James Brown. Now, isn't that soul?
Yes, it is.
Soul music?
Yes, tried to help a brother out, but he just don't.
Then who invented funk?
Isn't like George Clinton, Parliament?
George Clinton, Parliament, Funkadelic. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I used to love some Parliament back in the day. I used to pretend I was one of the singers and was trying to sing every time we played. I was the background singer. Yeah, so I'm about your age, Dr. Ken Harris. I'm 58. Yeah, I know about that. Mm-hmm.
Well, you kind of under there, but you know, we'll give you a little love.
Yeah. Well, all right. We still young.
Well, we'll try.
We still young.
But see,
yeah, we still young.
We looking for something new. Well, I never said I was old. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, don't be trying to make me old. I know I'm older than you, but I'm not old.
There you go. Okay. All right. That ain't what I meant, but okay.
You know I'm just teasing with you.
I know. Mm-hmm. Right. I don't take stuff personal like that. That's nothing. good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We all good in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Because the hood is good.
So what was your favorite song by Parliament?
That devoid of funk. I don't know the name, but when he was on that spaceship.
Yeah.
I am Sir No's devoid of funk.
Right.
That one.
That's Funkadelic, by the way.
Song.
That's Funkadelic, not Parliament.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
Wait a minute, Parliament. Right. We going back.
That's Funkadelic.
We going back.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me see, Parliament. I have to go and do my search for that, and then I have to find out which one I'm talking about.
All right, so for Monday, give me 6 songs from Parliament you want to hear from Music Monday. All right?
Okay. You said 6?
Yep.
6?
Yes.
From Parliament. Okay, got you. I got you. That's my homework. I'll do it. I'm hearing it on time.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Love y'all. Peace.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. What's today? Tuesday. We got the Tori Lowe Show coming up. I'll be back at about 4 a.m. So while you're getting up, getting yourself all ready, you can click on and listen to the rebroadcast. We'll start back live at 7 a.m. So make sure you're here. Just lock it in at 1017 The Truth. Remember, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube and at 1017thetruth.com. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll never miss a live show like this. Hey, thank you, Jason. Appreciate you. God bless. Take care. I will see you in 22 hours, God willing. I'm out.